the same time.
Well,
Ola,
Oh,
are we here?
are we
Are
live?
we here? I think we're here. I think we're
I,
live. Oh, it's the producer. The Jersey producer walks in and out of frame.
she said the producer is here.
He's going to want a cut of the fees that we're like pulling in here, all our big advertisers that we don't have. Anyhow.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're
we got
looking here. Look, 5 people already are here. Hello. Who's here?
Friday.
Hola, Sherry. Come and say hi, guys. Don't be shy. Jump on in. Say hello. Oh, no. Anna's frozen. Let it go. Let it go. Anna's frozen on the screen. Oh, dear. Hola, Heidi. Nice to see you both. Well, Anna's frozen. She'll come back. She'll come back one day. In the meantime, it's just going to be listening to me for a moment. So, welcome everybody. Come on in. It's Friday. I have not missed a day now. I'm back on track. It is Friday. Hola, Beverly. Welcome. And Dancing Deb. Hola. Oh, Anna's had to get out. She'll come back in. Anyway, Jaylene's here. Hola. Oh, you guys, you're so prompt. You're so on time. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to start out. We got a topic we're going to start out with. And then whatever you guys want to go into, we'll go into it. So if you have something you're like, oh my gosh, we need to know about, preferably, let's try and keep it fun. I mean, it's Friday. Don't want to get all down and out in Beverly Hills now here. Oh, Anna's back. I have to let her back in. Why can't she let herself in? I don't know why. Do you know why, Anna?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I just wonder why you can't let yourself in.
I don't know. The producer walked by and then all of a sudden I was out. So
he's electromagnetic or something. Oh, let me fix our screens. Let me see if I can get it back in order. I'm one of those. Yes. Okay, so I was saying we're going to go over our topic, and then if anybody had any ideas, we can look into it. But I was saying, let's try and keep it light because nobody wants to be down and out in Beverly Hills. It's a Friday night. People were drinking, trying to get a little sloshed, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to, I don't know, have fun. Get away from it all. You can't hear us.
Yeah. Can she not hear me or you?
I don't know. Who can't you hear?
Now she can hear.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
loud. Good. I'm loud. You don't need the internet to hear me.
Hola, Sally.
Oh,
I wish we had a jingle. We'll have to come up with a jingle.
You know, I was going to talk to my friend about doing an intro for us. He's out there in sunny California like you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah, he's all right. He's fine.
I mean, we have cool people here, but I'm sorry he has to live here with me. It's California.
Celtic Rune Singer is a he.
I'm sorry. Did I say you were a she? I don't remember.
I don't know.
I apologize if I
might say, I'm sorry.
Oh. Okay. So we got 13 peeps in here. You wanna get them started with your explosive topic, and it is not something like after a night at Taco Bell. It's not that. No.
So the producer Gregpedia woke me up the other day and said, hey, there's crazy stuff going on with volcanoes. You guys should do a reading on volcanoes. So I started to do all this research on volcanoes. And then one of the things that he found out was that the magma pools at Mount St. Helens are refilling. And so it's very alarming. So then he tells me 2 days later, oh, it's not really a big deal. That naturally happens. So, but it got us thinking, there's all kinds of weird stuff going on. Politically, socially, economically. So
side question, do you know off the top of your head when was the last time Mount St. Helen went off? Was that an 80s event?
Yes, it was the 80s. To give you an exact date, I have it on one of my tabs. I don't even want to go off my tabs here. Yeah, I'm afraid to go off my tabs. I'm afraid I'm gonna like
Oh, someone can look it up, tell us.
lose.
Anyway, that's weird though. Like I'm thinking Mount St. Helens, St. Elmo's fire. I don't know. Just weird. They're not connected. I don't know. All right. So you were doing like your CRV. Do you want to explain a little bit of
I
what
do.
that
I
is?
do want to explain what that is. So, controlled remote viewing is basically, all the tools that we use to get information, to divine information. You can use a lot of different things. You can use tarot cards. You can use sky stones. Like I throw the sky stones every now and then. You can use the sticks for I Ching. I Ching. Is that how you say it? I don't do that.
I Ching.
You could do 1980. May 18th, 1980. A lot of mustaches in the area when that happened, or 80s mustaches.
Hey man, it's like just like now.
Just like now. So, you can use scrying. You could do scrying. Like I have one of my scry balls there. I'm not very good at scrying because I'm a very hyper person, but controlled remote viewing is another way that you can do it. And this is a bit more methodical. So you write up reports, and I can show you just kind of, this is like a brief report right here. You make a squiggle, these things called ideograms. That's a whole other thing. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but the ideogram is like the tarot card. This is what's going to give me the information about what we need. So my ideograms all work with land, water, speed. There's different elements, metal elements in there. But it gives me a good idea, but it kind of opens the conduit so that I can see a little bit more. It's not like I'm going to write down everything that happens. I'm not going to write down, like a whole scene. I'm going to write down elements of what I see from the ideogram, and then it's going to open the door so that I actually see what's going on. So what I was thinking was that we would go underneath the volcanoes and see what's going on there. And Alycia will do the cards and I will do the CRV, and we'll see how this goes.
All right, let's dance with the experiments. All right, so what are we looking at first? Oh, let me put up our banner. So in case there's like some volcano expert and they're over here and they're giving us shit, and it's like, listen, Salt Ledge for entertainment purposes only. We're just looking into these volcanoes. Curiosity. So, which one are we? We're looking into which one first, and what are we looking for in terms of like, is it going to blow this year?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, what will kind of this will be like an annual health checkup for all these different. We'll see like what the blood pressure is. Kind of. That was what I was thinking.
All right.
Because I can definitely get a sense of pressure, and a sense of what's going on underneath. Like I'm very good with like the physical and tangible. Like I'll get a real good body sense of that from this.
Okay. Well, and this is my first time tuning into well, I guess not. I went to Mount Shasta the other day in that video, but I haven't really checked the pulse of a thing on Earth. But let's do it. All right. So which one first are we going for? Or are you still prepping?
I'm just gonna prep this a little bit.
Oh, welcome. Shelly is listening to us in the car.
Oh, hey, Shelly. She just got out of work. I just called her up because I'm running out of my witch baby soap.
Oh, I need my witch baby, huh? I haven't put it on yet.
Witch baby. So
my witch baby hand salve. Oh, that reminds me too. At some point, I'm sure we're gonna run into a sneaky snacker. I'll have to get that box up here because that'll be very important. All right, getting my salve on. Getting my salve on. That's not an 80s song. Don't try and sing that. Do you remember? Did they used to back in the day and where you are? Did they have warehouse stores?
What was that?
Like warehouse music.
Yes.
Okay. And they used to have like this promo where you could walk into the store and sing the song, and then they would tell you, oh, I know what that song is. It's this, and it's on this album.
I don't remember that at all, but that's like a great idea. I love that idea.
Yeah, well, I tried it once and they didn't know what I was singing, and so I got mad and never found out what that song was until like 20 years later. It's horrible.
So what song was it?
I don't even know what it's called, but it's like joy, pump it up and rain. Keep it going, keep it going. Sunshine
and rain.
So you can imagine I look like a dipshit in the store singing this repeatedly to them, and they're like,
that's awesome. But we have a lot of 80s people on here, so like we'll get people singing in a minute. Wow, we got a lot of people tonight. Hey everybody,
welcome. Okay, so are you ready to bust out?
I'm ready. Let's start. My list starts with Vesuvius. Is that okay if we start with you? And I'll give you a little background on it for anyone who doesn't know who Mount Vesuvius is.
Yeah, give us a background, and I'll start zipping in while you do whatever you're doing.
So Vesuvius is the most dangerous volcano in the world. It is responsible for the destruction of Pompeii and Herculaneum in 79 AD. There's about 3 million people in the area of Mount Vesuvius, and they are trying to establish right around the actual volcano a national park so that they can move the residents out. If there is an event there, it is going to be cataclysmic in terms of how many people are there. So let's do Vesuvius and my ideogram. There we go. Okay.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm being quiet.
That's fine. I don't want to interrupt you and screw up our CRV.
Okay.
Are you good? Are you done? Or you got more to do?
No. I'm doing it real quick. So basically, the best way for me to explain this is I'm there's a cavity underneath there, and there's a couple of things that are going on. We're going to talk in layers here. So we've got a layer of liquidity and unstable. This is starting at the top. Like once we get to like ground level, we've got like a layer of like liquidity, like it's like movable soil. It's not magma, it's not hot, it's not flowing, but it's like movable soil. It's like more of an unstable base than what you would expect. Yeah, it's kind of like grainy. It's almost like cake. Like if you baked a cake and it was a couple days old, it's kind of like that. Like it's a movable soil. So that's what we've got on one layer. As we get a little bit lower, it becomes much more stable underneath there, and that feels like it's not really moving around a whole lot. Now, where it gets interesting is that we've got pockets up in there. So there's pockets as we go up into the actual volcano itself. Those are filled with air. There's like a lot. And if we get any volcanists on here, and I'm wrong, tell me. If I'm right, tell me.
How would they know? Are they going underground to look at this shit?
I don't know. They do like the things. They like look in there. They send drones and whatnot. So there's these pockets that are in there, and those are quite large as we go up into the volcano. And then as we go further down, there are more pockets in there. As we go way down, the pockets of air are much, much smaller, and they run off like little tiny rivulets. It's not like great big um, chasms that go into the ground. They're very, very small. That's where the pressure is, and that's further out than the volcano itself. Like that really is in that land mass that they want to turn into the park. Like that's where all the pressure is going to build. And when there's an event at Vesuvius, that's where they're going to feel it. They're going to feel it more so out in that fieldy area. And if anybody wants to look up a picture of Vesuvius, you'll see there's like a great big land mass around. There's people that live there, but it is like it looks like, kind of fieldy. So that's where they're going to feel like the movement first. And it feels like we're going to have small movement for a while. It doesn't feel like there's going to be any kind of event. I don't feel any pressure anywhere, but those little rivulets are like little like fingers that go out into the ground around it. That's where the pressure is going to build up. It's like these little tiny arteries, like if you were going to have a heart attack, and you would get that pressure build up in there. So that's what I got about that. What are you seeing there?
Oh, I'm seeing like something like there's like something's 80% filled over there. I don't know what it is. Like, so when I was tapping into it, when I first started putting the cards down, it was like, if this will sound weird, probably. If I imagine myself as the volcano and here's the top of my head like a teapot, I go down at like, the base of my spine being where we meet to the ground and stuff starts, cooking down there in the whatevers. That's where it feels like there's some type of like, it feels like a boiling cauldron pot of pressure. But here's where it's kind of like, I think there's some like awareness of this, and I don't know if they have this technology. Is someone like over there trying to like dam it or release it, or I don't know, can they do that shit again? Again, why did I say that? That's weird too. But it feels like there's something going on over there, like they're trying to make another road to like release pressure under, like there's this one, it feels like a bigger pool pocket of shit. So for some reason it's like 50-50 to me if it's going to blow this year and cause some muerto here, because we got the muerto card here, but it's like no decision's been made because I think there's some other mitigating thing going on underneath, whatever that is.
So I just did another ideogram on it. And for the uninitiated, these just look nuts.
They look like fun roller coasters.
I just kind of focused in on that 80% area that you were talking about. And yes, I get that it is filled, but it's more stable than like it's pressurized, and it's further below where I was. But it's very pressurized. There's not a lot of movement. Like it's like a water balloon that's not overly filled. Like it's filled with water, and it's not going to blow up if you touch it. It's just kind of like sloshing around in there. Look at me with my water balloon. So like I feel the pressure too, but it's down lower. Mm-hmm. And when that pressure starts to move out, what it's going to do is it's going to hit those little arteries that I was talking about, the skinnier ones, because it's a bigger. Lakes? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Because the area that you're focused in on is big. It's really big and it's wide, and then it goes into these little tiny riverlets, and then it goes into like a more area open spaces up into the volcano itself. So it's those little riverlets that are going to cause the pressure, and like it's just going to go all over the place. I get the sense that this area is going to erode that fieldy area that's around it.
Mm.
There's going to be a section that's going to come down. When this one goes again, there's a section of that fieldy area, and it's like southeast. If I'm looking at the map this way, I'm terrible with like spatial, so like I try and like get a picture of it. So if I'm looking aerial, it's like this southeast section. This is going to have like some land erosion, either like the part of the volcano is going to collapse, or part of the ground is actually going to collapse. So so if I'm looking at my volcano from here, like I don't know if you can see that. If this is my aerial, I'm the worst artist in the world. I'm sorry, everyone. It's like this area that's going to collapse. That's what I'm saying. But
It's
if we
okay, Bob
were,
Ross.
what's that?
It's okay, Bob Ross.
So if we're looking at the volcano here, these are like the little chambers that I was talking about. And then there's all these little things. And then under here is this big pressurized area. Is that what you saw?
Kind of. I mean, your art and my thing, what I see in my mind, slightly different because it's kind of like a.
My art's horrible. So.
It's kind of like, let's go back in time to Land of the Lost, the original, right? And I swear, like the sleaze stacks, whatever, kind of lived in some place like this where it's like it's like a cave, and it's like I see it kind of like a bubbling cauldron, but it's like it's not. It's bubbling, but we have some room above it to go. I don't know. I can't even describe it, but it's weird because, okay, here, I'm going to draw two then, because I can't describe what I'm seeing, and this is making me nuts. Okay, so say up top here, this is our top of our volcano. I don't even know if it looks like this. It feels like there's
Beverly's
probably
cat's name is Bob Ross. I'm sorry, I just had to say that.
Wait, who?
Beverly's
my
cat.
Like bloop 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 bloop. But then there's these little offshoot things.
Yeah. You're looking at the same thing that I am.
Okay, so this is like where this is where I'm thinking they're sticking sticks inside these tubules or whatever the hell they are, like trying to plug them up or let them out or do something. But there's like stick offshoots of these things. I don't know what they're doing with it, but this is a cavern in here though. Like if this was Land of the Lost, there would be little slee stacks.
All right, so that's one of our questions. I'm going to look up and see if anyone is trying to do anything to release that pressure there.
Yeah. So anyway, but this is like what I see. It's like, then let's say this is the top line or something, right? That would go up here. So this is like 80% of whatever this main thing would be. So there's like some, I don't know if it's either erosion or the level is lower, but it's not up to its full pooling. So, and then if you guys came in late, this is Vesuvius, right? Vesuvius.
Yes, this is Vesuvius.
Oh God, this is, I don't even know if I spelled that right. Vesuvius. No, there's
VESUV, Victor, Echo, Skyline, Universe, Radar, Indigo, Universe, Slivery.
Never have me do that with anybody because I always mess up when I'm talking on the phone with somebody. And I'm like, okay, it's Victor, then it's elephant, and then it's Szechuan, and then it's underwear, and then it's horrible.
So a cop used to come into my old agency that I worked for, the insurance agency, and he told me they would do like botany day, and they would like change it up like all the time just to mess with the rookies, which I thought was hilarious.
Well, that's just one of those special things of me. I don't know what the whole thing's supposed to actually be, but whatever. I'm close enough. Okay, I'll set that there. Okay, so we got Vesuvius. That's maybe not. Maybe they're trying to mitigate some stuff over there. But the people over there for now seem safe unless there's some, feels like if there's a Maybe a jiggle might kind of slosh some things, unbalance. Oh, that's crazy town. Katie is saying, my uncle's house got covered up to the second story with ash when Mount St. Helens erupted last time. We have a picture of it in our photo album. Crazy stuff.
Oh,
Second story.
that
That
is
was
crazy.
crazy. What?
So Heidi asked if it was going to be like a mudslide. Heidi, I didn't get mudslide with Vesuvius. I got it. It's like it's more dusty. It's like drier. I know that's like kind of a weird description, but it's like it's drier. So I wasn't getting. Go ahead.
When you started explaining it, the first thing that came to mind of like the consistency, like when I said, is it like sand? It actually reminds me of, and I don't know what this stuff is. It's something like the kids play with now, right? It's that weird kinetic type sand.
Yeah, kinetic sand, moon sand,
whatever. And so it kind of reminded me of that. Like it's kind of like crumbly like a cake, but you could kind of, I don't know, mold it. It does mold. It doesn't hold together. You wouldn't build anything with it or on it.
No, okay. It definitely had that kind of consistency underneath, but it feels like dirt. It doesn't feel. Oh, by the way, I see you drinking a Coke. I got the Starlight Coke today.
What is that?
It's weird. Let's just put it that way. It's a little weird. It's a limited edition Starlight Coke, and it's like kind of pink, and it's space flavored. It literally says on it space flavored.
What's space taste like?
It tasted different to all of us. It was kind of like the Mary Poppins medicine that she gave to everybody. Like my son thought it tasted like Skittles. Greg thought it tasted, he was like, it's not Coke. Like that was what he said. It's not Coke. And it tasted like flowery to me. Like
lavender, maybe?
Like hibiscus-y. I don't think they have hibiscus in space. So I don't know. It was weird.
You don't know. Have you been?
Not recently. Yeah. We can CRV on that too.
They have Coke Starlight up there, and then we could see. Can we like forecast to the future when I'm going to get my Cherry Coke Zero back again in stock? I would like that to happen in a can. Just
sorry.
Sad times.
My husband likes that too. We have a tough time getting it here.
Sad. So we're going to what mountain next?
Mount Hood.
Hood. What's up in the hood?
Portland, Oregon. It is a stratovolcano. March 1st, 2021 through all of last year, they've been having burst earthquakes. So Alycia and I were talking about this. Apparently there's some discussion in the earthquake and volcano communities, science communities, that they're not sure what comes first. The earthquake comes first, the volcano comes first. Does the earthquake cause a volcano, or does the volcano cause an earthquake? And like there's tsunamis all wrapped up in it. So there's some discussion, like chicken and the egg, about all of that. So Mount Hood, I have more details on Mount Hood. Let me go back to my notes here.
Where the hood at? DMX is a fan of Mount Hood.
One of the biggest concerns is the downstream, because of the way that it's formed. It will have the pyroclastic flow, and the pyroclastic clouds will roll downstream and affect all of the fauna and flora down there. So it'll be a significant environmental impact. Not that any volcano isn't, but because of the way it's constructed, when it goes down, it's going to wipe out a lot of crazy stuff. So I thought that I may stay above ground on this one just to see, what all that is all about. So, but we'll see where it takes me. So,
all right, let's go. Oh no, my cards are not in frame. Dear, dear. Should I start while you're still going or no?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to delineate what I've got here.
Okay, no problem. So I'm going to start with what I have going there. There's something, the way I got it, like, this is, so mine, I'm drawing it like there's something angled underneath here. Like something's on an angle, like I don't even know if they call it a slip crack thing. I don't know. But it feels like there's something under, like something could pop. Like if it's given just the right earthquake, nudge, shifting of shit, it's an angular thing. That's what I'm feeling underneath there. So that one feels like it's it has the possibility, but it's like one of those things where it dependent on if the plates decide to move and it shifts it just the right way. It's almost like it doesn't feel like it's a given. It's like a wait and see based upon like some other, like it feels like it's based upon a temperature change or something. Like if there's a, I don't know, like you're cooking in the oven and it gets too hot one day and shit starts going crick and then it goes. That's how I get it.
So I got something very similar, and this was what I was trying to pull out. This is the angle that you were talking about, like that weird thing that you drew there, like I don't want to say it's like plates rubbing together, but like there's something weird going on in there.
Yeah.
So right now, all the speed and all the shaking that they saw is slowing down. And it's becoming more stable. Whatever was moving around in the last year has stabilized. And all of the caverns in there have a lot of breathing room. It's like everything was kind of moving and like shifting and getting into place before it like settled into bed. So like now it's very settled. However, down here, there's pressure pushing up. So what it felt like was like something was kind of stuck, and like it's stuck pushing down, but once it pops, it's going to pop up. Like that's kind of what it felt like. So I went a little bit deeper and I was like, all right, so what happens when this pops up, when this little lip, whatever, like, and I've got my hands together. It's like almost like they're kind of rubbing together, and like one side's going to pop up this way and then something's going to happen. So the pressure is going to give at this point, but it's going to like almost flip up and go boom and just kind of stop and stay right there. And then it's going to be wiggly again. So the next event that they have at Mount Hood is not going to be cataclysmic. It's going to be like a big loud bump, like a big loud noise, and they may go, like everyone's going to be like, oh my God, like what's going on, and they're going to be nervous for like a few weeks, but it's going to be like a big loud bump, and then everything's going to be a little bit shakier for a while, but it doesn't look like anything as cataclysmic as what they've predicted is going to happen. So
yeah,
that's what I got on that.
Yeah, it feels like there's something shifting under there. I don't know what that is, though. So, what is...
So, Jack in the Box Volcano. How come I can't get it to come up?
You got it.
Oh, it went up? Okay. That was funny. Yeah. I guess like Jack in the Box Volcano. It feels funny? Like... Yeah, it feels like something's going to shake loose and pop up. I know that's like a weird description, but all right, I'm trying to do my form.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, and to me it's kind of interesting. Just from like, I'm not doing any like a formal documentation here. I'm just sketching all loose, but that is interesting because they do have two different feelings. And so while Anna's preparing there,
and just so like I explain this, one of the reasons that with CRV that you do this is because it tricks your logical brain into letting your intuitive brain take over. So like that's like the whole form. So we do like all of our logical stuff over here, and then we do all our psychic stuff over here. It's pretty cool. It's a neat process.
So when you're doing this, let me ask you, am I allowed to talk to you, or is this like eyes down on your own paper and you have to focus? Like how?
No, you can talk to me. You can absolutely talk to me. Like,
Oh, I'm just wondering because if it's me calculating my taxes, I'd be like, shh, zip it. So that's what I'm wondering.
when I do the when I'm like doing exercises where like they have like a hidden photo, and like I'm like a freak show with those, because like you literally, they give you numbers. They give you like 86754 309, and they're like,
Jenny?
okay, yeah, and like exactly, it's Jenny, and you just have to draw your ideogram and then try and figure out what's in the picture. So like it could be a guy holding balloons. It could be I know one of the first ones that I did was an underwater accident that had created this big whirlpool in the middle of a river. And so like I kept seeing like all this energy and all this movement, but it was like a sucking feeling. And then when I opened up the picture, it was black and white. I couldn't get any colors. The picture was black and white, and there was like a whirlpool in the middle of a river. So it was like there was all this motion and activity, and like the sucking feeling that I was getting was that whirlpool in the middle. But I was like, I don't even know what this is. Like, but those are like tester ones, some of them you just get like a marina, or you get like a sunset and there's like a deer in it. And when you're learning, like that's the stuff they do. So all right, our next one, Mount Merapi.
Oh shit, I don't know how to spell this.
Merapi.
AP is in Peter?
AP is in Peter, I is in indigo.
Merapi? Oh.
Merapi.
Oh, thought it was
So
Meraki.
that's in Indonesia. It is in the center of the Isle of Java. Once again, pyroclastic flows are a concern. There was a 1994 eruption that killed 64 people, and there was a 2010 that killed 354. So Mount Merapi again doesn't have a terrific evacuation plan. There's not very far to go with this one. So let's take a look at it.
All right.
Oh.
That's interesting. Oops, come on. This might be vulgar.
What?
Well, it's like a... I don't know what that means. It's like...
Oh my God. Okay.
I know I could have been drawn more inappropriate, and I'm not going to do that, but...
As I write hard twice. Hard.
I feel like I need like some protection for this one.
Ah. All right, so you want me to go, or are you shuffling every day?
Yeah, you go ahead. I only got my mushroom head here. I haven't gotten to the cards yet.
So I am getting that there is a solid foundation here, but it's a fake. So what this is creating an illusion of stability. Looks like Bezos's wiener rocket. Oh boy.
Or a lampshade,
Uh,
kind of. Okay. Please continue, ideogram lady.
so this stable part is giving everyone a false sense of security. So because what's going on is all of this is compressed and very hard. This is also get um oh my god. Who knew this was going to be so dirty? Look at Eva Anna.
Oh, now I gotta go to the first one I drew. Oh.
Oh my god, it's fully a uterus.
It totally is.
With spikes.
Yeah, this one's not anything too much, and this one's something. Okay.
Oh my god. So false sense of security from all this stability, but the reason is because everything is tightly pressured in there. And it feels not like there's a lot of there's not a lot of heat. It actually feels pretty cold. It feels like everything's kind of calm and stable, but it's really not, because when you start to get under here, this is where the pressure builds. It's like way below. So if this is my volcano, look at my, that's my volcano. It's such a bad one. Everything feels very stable. Everything seems very safe up in this section. And it's actually, everything's really tight and packed together. So it's when you get down here is that we have these little rush spaces, these little air tubes, and that's where our pressure's coming. And they can't detect it because it's too far below. So they can't really see what's going on with that. So when this one blows, this is going to be Celtic Rune Singer. This is not going to be a Jack in the Box. This is going to be like a pop right off the top. Like everything's just going to blow right out. This feels like a much more dramatic explosion when it does happen. It really feels like there's going to be very, very little notice, and it's just going to be like, okay, here we're going. This is like the woman who gives birth in the back of the seat of the car. Like, okay, it's happening. And now the baby's here. So that's what this feels like. So they better find a virgin to throw in there. What do you got?
Maybe Jeff Bezos' wiener rocket.
Oh, God.
Okay, so here's my drawing. What I was trying to explain, it's like here's earthquake, right? Here's the landline, whatever we call Earth. Underneath, it felt like this shaft where there's pressure. That's what I was like trying to make. I can't get like a visual on this, so maybe it's like what you're seeing, where this is just solid as a rock. But there's like, it feels like this shaft, a power shaft coming, things that want to get going to explode, right? That's here. I don't know. Maybe they go with Anna's scrying balls. I'm not sure. But yeah, here's the other thing. So when I'm looking here in the cards, it is kind of a like, I don't know if most of the people there are kind of like thinking, hey, this is all good, no worries, it's like still looking good here, and B, also like we do rituals over there where we're praying to like volcano god or something. I don't know if that's a thing, but it feels like, yeah, we're managing it with whatever like ways we feel it's cool in the gang, and then all of a sudden, whoosh, and oh shit, we're effed, this is not good. But it feels like they feel like they're really good. Like the all around the situation feels like, oh, We're good. We're good.
Yeah, like I get like the people are very chill too. Like we just live at the foot of this volcano, and like it's okay, man. Like, but it is
Yeah.
Indonesia, so they're probably like having a great time, like
I don't
smoking
know.
things and hanging out on the beach.
That's the land of my husband's people. Well, some of his lineage, but we've all decided that they're kind of crazy. Sorry, Indos, but they're just a little. I think they're a little cuckoo. So I don't know. They might be partying down there. They're just like, hey, let's have some hangouts tonight. I should ask if they have a volcano god over there. We'll look that up. Oh, where are we going next? So I can draw another something that's inappropriate. Oh dear.
Krakatoa. We're going to Krakatoa. Krakatoa.
Bad. Okay, I'm gonna guess on. Why do I feel like Krusty Krab? Krakatoa? I don't know. We're going with it. All right,
Yeah.
Krakatoa. Let me tune into your crack.
Krakatoa. Here, I'm just going to pull up some Krakatoa information.
Yes, Luna, feed the gods of the volcano over there. Krakatoa.
So it's a caldera, which basically is a big bowl, and it is between Java and Sumatra. Great coffee from that area in the Sunda Strait. So, what else do we have to say about it? Do they have a god? Krakatoa. Volcano god. See if we got a volcano god. Ah, there is a lava deity to be called upon in a time of crisis.
Who knew?
So, after completing his trial by combat, Krakatoa was granted power by the lava deity to be called on in time of crisis. I don't have a name for him.
Vulva volcano.
Krakatoa's new form. Let me see. What do we got here? Oh, for Pete's sake. I can't even show you what I'm looking at.
Oh, I don't want to know then. Okay, so we're looking at then Krakatoa. Let's see.
Yes,
what
our caldera. So it's a big bowl, and it is home of the largest eruption in recorded history. There is no 1883 was the biggest eruption in recorded history, and there is no sophisticated alarm system for this. So in the event of a volcano, basically they're just going to know when it happens. So that's pretty terrible. So let's see what Krakatoa feels like. I'm going to shake my hands out. That's different. I'll import that. There we go. There we go. Huh? There's a lot of information on this for those of you that just watched that.
Interesting. That's when I can't get a full thing on. gosh, it's really.
So are you picking up the sense of pressure and decompression,
Something, but it's very like out there. It's like extended.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it like right here. Like say if this was the center line of it. I don't get it right there. I get it like it's out. Like
Yeah. It's
my inappropriate way to say it is like I feel like if my acid melted and out into these veins of pressure, it's like melty ass pressure. I don't know what that. I'm sure a volcano person would just be like, your melty ass needs to shut up. But that's what I'm feeling like it's pressure off to the sides.
Beverly fed the gods. Thank you, Beverly.
Oh,
Super
thank
chat.
you, Beverly. Yeah, we haven't had any sneaky snackers trying to get our own shady shit over here. That at least is a good thing, I think.
So what I'm getting here is that there's a lot of racing in here because of the caldera, because it's got like this big. I'm trying to make this big basin. There's a couple of things that I can't do. I can't ride a bike and I can't draw. Like you could hold a gun to my head and I can't draw. Like this is like who can't draw a volcano, and this is me.
Well, obviously I can't either because I'm drawing other bits and bobs. So
well, maybe you're just thinking about other things. It is Friday night, so who knows.
no.
So what I'm getting is that there's a lot, and it's through like up here. This feels pretty dormant and calm. Illusory again. It's illusory calm because I do see that we get smoke out of this sucker every now and then. So I am seeing that that does happen. But in here, we're getting this. It's not like breathing, but it's like pressure builds, and then it kind of. It's not like a pressure cooker, like it comes out of the top, but it's depressurizing into the land, into other parts. So I don't know if it's creating new riverlets into the ground, like if it's starting to spread apart, like it almost feels like that, like the pressure builds and then some other stuff cracks and it just kind of pushes its way into there, like the pressure is pushing its way out, and it's not coming up through the volcano, it's pushing out and down. It's a very different sensation from the other ones. But I do think that if this does have an event, that it's going to be a small stream pressure release. It's going to be like a very small event, like localized on one side of it, like a little section will pop open, and all of a sudden we'll get like a woohoo that comes out. And it's not going to be a terrifically scary event, but it'll be scary because it's Krakatoa. And everyone's like, aha, it's Krakatoa, So that's what I got.
Okay, so it's interesting because whatever I'm trying to draw here, like these little tubes here, and then there's dirt in between these tubes, and here's another tube, right? So that's kind of like what I'm trying to express.
Another
right?
super chat. Thanks, Katie.
Oh, thank you, Katie. So there's these tubes, right, out here doing whatever they're doing. Now, when I pulled up, I thought this was kind of interesting. It's kind of like visualized it here, just in these two cards, right? So, see here how this, you can see, like, imagine that's the volcano, and here's the little things off to the side, right? Like, like roots, I guess it would be here. This also kind of would be like what I'm kind of seeing, like if we minus the little whatever bat thing that is in the center. But if we're looking here at the circle and say this is a top view of the volcano, and here's these little lines coming off to the side wherever the shit's in it. Is the shit magma? I don't know.
Magma.
No one's gonna pick me for the science team here, but that's what it feels like. And so it's kind of like kind of like nothing burger is what I get. Like I'm not getting a like danger, Will Robinson at all. It just feels like there's this side pressure on the side. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, and for me, it just kind of feels like it's like building and releasing and building and releasing. But I feel like it's a nothing burger too. But we might get this nice little light show. We might get a little light show at some point. Pew!
I like the sound effects there. That really adds to it.
Very cartoony. So,
Ah.
sidebar while I'm setting this up. So today I went on Etsy because there was a deck of cards that I really wanted. It was Alien Tarot, and I discovered that they are manufactured and sent from Lviv, Ukraine. So I did not order them, even though it does say that they're still available. I just
Yeah,
have a feeling that they.
I wonder what happens over there. Their mail going out? I don't know.
I don't know. You know what? I just don't want to spend $40, or I think it was like $45 on a deck of cards that may or may not show up. So
I
hate to
have
be
to.
like that. So
Here's
I ordered a
something.
different one though.
What'd you order?
I ordered a it is an oracle deck. So, and I think it's actually going to be pretty cool because it's going to go with my cartoony deck that I have. So it is the Phantasma Oracle. So they're like,
I don't know
they're like black and white,
Oh.
and they look like 1940s cartoons. So they'll go with my
Oh.
1941s. But they have things like what were some of them? Equity. It's a skeleton pouring shots. The Enchantress. So we'll see when they get here. They're in Georgia. When I first ordered them, I was like, oh no, they're in Georgia. Like that's going to be jammed up. But it's Georgia, the United States. So I was happy about that.
I like how your mind's like Georgia, like far away Georgia, not
I
Georgia
know.
here. That's interesting. Well, I got excited today and I ordered, well, I don't know. I ordered. It funded. It was on Kickstarter. Titanic Tarot, like 2.0, where they actually have gone in and done the minor arcana. They like, instead of, you know how that was what I had in my video. I was like bummed because all the minor arcana are just like coins falling in the water or cups falling in the water or something. And I was like, meh, I don't like that.
Oh, they have like actual people?
Yes.
Ooh.
I
Wonder
was
what that sneaky snacker looks like.
He looks like the regular sneaky snacker, but old timey. I mean, some
And
are
on a
like
boat.
scenes. Some are like in the streets. I'm like, I don't know where that's supposed to be. I already forgot what the name of that place was. Liverpool? No.
Well, they were in Ireland too. Maybe it was where they picked up Leonardo DiCaprio.
Probably. I mean, Jack Dawson's, you know, coming from someplace.
I'll never let go.
That whole movie, like let him on your whatever she was floating on. What was it? A door, a table? I don't know. Oh, Beverly's. What happens when you kick a volcano? You Krakatoa.
Oh, bum. That's awesome. So Christy's asking a question about tsunamis. We could do that. Okay, let's do Mount Fuji, and then we'll look at New York City and tsunamis.
Okay. And then IA is saying terrestrial tarot is gorgeous. Not Johnny Depp in 1989 gorgeous, but still beautiful. Oh. I'll have to check that out.
I love Johnny Depp. I think he's still beautiful. I told you he was one of the first celebrities I saw in LA and like embarrassed myself.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's still beautiful. I don't know.
No, I need glasses, so like it doesn't matter.
Somebody does a bat too, but of course, yeah,
cute.
everybody knows about my weird things, my Tom Selleck crushes, and he's like an octogenarian or some shit. Anyway,
Tom Selleck is hot. He's still hot. He's still a good-looking guy.
Okay, thank you. I mean, I don't know.
I'm on that team. Don't worry.
All right.
So, all right. Mount Fuji.
I can spell that.
Oh, what's that?
I can spell that.
It's just like the water.
Or the apple.
So, they're of course, this is 62 miles southwest of Tokyo. We all know Tokyo is, a small town with not too many people in it. This volcano can generate 32 million cubic feet of pyroclastic flow. So the pyroclastic flow, that's basically like flaming air. It like comes at you and makes you either burst into flame or evaporate. So it's pretty ridiculous. They had anticipated a 10-hour evacuation time for the people in the surrounding area, and they have just determined that that has to be shortened to about 2 hours. 2 hours is not a lot of time to get away from that. So they are basically on standby for the next eruption. And if you look at it, Mount Fuji's beautiful. Like, I totally understand why people live near it because it's absolutely beautiful. But you have to remember that Japan really is a volcanic island and was created by a volcano. So probably going to make a little more land mass eventually. So let's take a look at what's going on under the surface of Mount Fuji.
Okay.
Okay, what do you got?
Oh, I was
Sorry,
just
we're
drawing.
being quiet, guys.
I didn't even get to the cards yet. This is what I'm drawing, and it's kind of a. I don't. It feels off balanced. It feels like it's like a one-sided volcano thing. Like, I feel like there's shit building up on, like, I don't know, left-hand side. I don't know where that is, and like it blows shit off. So then that, like, it becomes like an angled mountain. Like, we blew this shit off. I don't know.
Okay, I didn't get that, but I'll do another ideogram. What I got is that it's pushing up. I'm getting this. I'm getting that same pressure that we both drew arrows, except mine's on the right hand side. Maybe I'm looking from the other direction. I'm getting the sense that the pressure is going up, but it's a solid pressure. It's like the whole thing is moving up. But there's this space that's settled underneath, and the pressure in these chambers is going down. So like they're like, it's almost like these are like, if these were pressure valves, they were kind of releasing the pressure. So there was pressure built up in here. Now it's kind of releasing and becoming less pressurized. And then this area around it is getting wiggly. So like we're starting to see like a little bit more wiggle room there. So things will be shifting, not earthquaking, but shifting. And this part of it feels very stable to me. Like this part, and I don't know if that's like what you're seeing, is like this side feels like this is like okay. Like, but it's like down here. It's not like up the mountain. It's like down in here. So,
yeah. So like the way it's like that I see it, I don't have any other. Well, I do, but okay. So I don't know. Can't say that I've looked at Mount Fiji in forever. I assume it looks like a mountain, and so it's almost like, I don't know if there's even that point where it crests from like here's the side of the mountain, and here we get to the peak. But wherever this point is where we meet from mountain to peak, that's where it's like the pressure's building up to, and like that's why it's like blows the other half of it off. Like this other, because this pressure is like going up, it's going angled at the same time. It's not just like we saw in my other special diagrams. It's like it's coming up a side and it blows off the top, so that's not there anymore. I mean, it leaves like this, but then the rest of this crumbles off. Like it, I don't know, it makes it weird. I don't know.
I was trying to share a picture of Mount Fuji, but
oh, see, and
it
here
froze
your
up my screen.
froze,
But
and
the
I was
weird
like,
thing, yeah, if you can check out a picture of Mount Fuji, because you're going to freak out when you look at it.
all right, let me pull up the keyboard and look for the Mount Fuji.
I got one. I just did like I did a Bing search, and you're going to freak out when you see it.
Huh.
Oh my God, Beverly, you're too much. She said, "That's okay, Eva. Anna, Mount Fuji's magma chamber is now higher than it was the last time it erupted in the 1700. All I can think is that I hope it doesn't rub one out soon."
Out the top, yo.
Oh my God. Eva still sees Peen. Who knew
I guess.
that this was going to be our naughtiest reads ever?
Yeah, and I've been keeping my mouth shut for most of this. I haven't been being a dirty bird here at all. All right. I don't know. So here's what I did a Mr. Google search. Let me see if I can share the screen. Gosh, how do we do this? Yeah,
You go to the share and it said share screen, and when I did it, it was like it just went no.
Okay, so here's what I'm seeing. Mount Fuji, pictures galore. I don't know if any of
the top left one was the one that I thought looked like your picture.
This one?
Yeah, that first one.
Huh.
Because if you look, that right side looks like it's like, meh, it's okay. And then the left side looks like, meh, I'm not so okay.
I guess, yeah, it is like, it is kind of interesting how it is like that. Maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's a previous blow. I don't know. I guess it's also too, it's like, how do we know, like, I think that's clouds around that on that picture. It's also like, is this from what direction that we're looking at? Because like looking at this one, it is kind of like, here's like steady on the side practically, and here's indented on the other side of it.
Yeah, that was what I was seeing, that like weird indent.
Maybe I'm just catching what it looks like now. Who knows what I've got? I'm not a professional RVer over here. One day.
RV?
Remote viewing, not RVing. Like,
I'm like, are we going someplace? We're taking it on the road.
dude, what was that movie with Robin Williams? And he's like, I think that was Robin Williams. No, is Jack Nicholson. Dear Ndugu.
I have no idea what that is.
That movie was like so funny. You have to watch it. It was like his wife finally dies. She's annoying. She gets mad at him. She won't let him pee standing up. He has to sit down to pee and stuff. And then she kicks a bucket. So she's with it. She's hanging out.
Oh.
He's sending messages like he's what was that back in the day when it'd be like sponsor a child, like Sally Struthers kind of action. And he's like, he thinks he's spending money and he's sponsoring this kid named Ndugu. And he starts writing letters to Ndugu as he goes on a road trip. So I don't remember what that's called, but Dear Ndugu.
Wow.
Yeah. That's RV, how I connected that. I know my brain's weird. Okay. So where are we going next?
So I think the tsunami in New York question is interesting.
Okay, what do we do?
Um,
Is there supposed to be a tsunami in New York? Why would you have
uh,
one there?
Here, let's go back up. Where's our girl? So J Snip had a vision of flooding in New York.
Hmm. Oh, speaking of
So
water thoughts on tsunami flooding in NYC. Okay.
I'm gonna switch back to cards, or I hope everyone does. Let me know what you thought of the CRV guys. I'm gonna switch back to cards though. Or should I switch back to cards, or should I keep
Do
doing
what
this?
you want to do, baby. You want cards? You want to draw? If you want to do interpretive dance or some basket weaving, you go for it.
So, all right, I have this outfit and it's like skin colored, but it's like a lounge outfit and it's really tight. And every time I put it on, my husband starts snickering because he's like, I totally expect you to do like interpretive dance. So, like, now whenever I put it on, I'm like, like making cups of coffee.
Like one time I went to the grocery and there was this lady wearing leggings that were skin tone. And I thought she had no pants on. I was like, what are you doing? You can't go to the store like that. But she can because it was actual leggings. But it was traumatizing to me because I was like, I was not ready to be like looking at your cooter today. And you just scared me like that, lady. So
This whole going back to my office thing is going to be really difficult for me because I have become a friend of the stretch pants and the easy slack.
you can still wear those. Who says you can't? You can wear a
We
muumuu if you
can. It's
want.
dress code. We can't. We're not allowed to wear stretch
Tell them
pants.
you don't identify with that dress code. That's what
I
I'd
do
say.
not. I was telling my boss. I said I said I really think this pandemic is going to have an effect on fashion. He's like, I think people will still want to get dressed up, and I was like, yeah, I want to get dressed up, but I don't fit in anything. So, there it
I
is. I
don't.
told the operations manager, I said, make sure you grease the sides of my cube before I come in so that I can slip right into my seat. So,
Hey man, we got the security guard in this other hood taking notice of us walking at lunchtime, and she's like, "Consistency is the key." And I'm thinking, I wish it was because I ain't seeing the difference. But okay.
all
Beverly,
right.
we're gonna do the NYC. It doesn't have. If you have a request, pop it in. We don't have to stick just with geological or whatever else, inappropriate volcano pictures by me. We can do other things.
Yeah, this was like this was fun. I think the volcanoes was fun, but it was yeah, we thought there was more dramatic stuff happening. So,
Yeah,
um
they might need a little Viagra. Maybe not. No, we don't want that over there. We don't want shit exploding and people getting mad at their volcano gods. That'd be no good. But let's see. We're going to look at what NYC is studying right now. That's interesting.
all right. So, I'm going to do that like right now, like underwater earthquakes, tsunami. So I'm probably going to do a couple of Instagrams. I'm going to do a couple Instagrams, ideograms here.
I hope you're an influencer.
No, but my dog totally is.
Oh my gosh, Becky.
Oh.
That's interesting. Would this be due to like a hurricane, tornado? Nah, hurricane, I guess. It's like I'm hearing like high speed winds.
No, I'm not playing it. Not playing it. Sorry.
So I have wind too here, Missy.
It's like it's weird. Like I hear a whistling wind, but I don't. Excuse my California dumbness. We have wind out here because I live in the desert, right? But this is like a wind sound I don't have here that I'm hearing, and it's a whistling, and it's like fast. It would be like winds are like 70 plus. I don't know. Is that a tornado, hurricane? I don't know. That's not something I know, but there's water with it. There is water with it. It's like a torrential storm, like a big storm.
So I'm getting something a little bit different.
What are you getting?
I'm getting a man-made element, and I'm getting it's almost like they're chipping away at it. I don't want to harp on
Oh,
it, but
well, that might tie in then with my Vampire of Richmond. Oops, where's my thing here?
I'm getting something weird that's going to kick off some earthquakes here. We got weird for Friday.
Yeah, I mean, I got ego and narcissism with the Vampire of Richmond. So, but it's like I'm getting water. Like there's water and there's wind.
Yeah, that's why I did it separately, because if we're looking at earthquakes, tsunamis will follow. I wanted to kind of separate them, because like, yeah, if I did the earthquake, is there going to be a tsunami? Like, I would get all this earthquake information. So I did some information on the origin of the earthquake, and I got the same thing, like this high winds, this like high pressure wind activity here, and then down in here, I'm getting metallic, metal, man-made, like it really feels like there's like a jackhammer going on here. There's something happening. So, and I'm not getting like, it's not like a sub that blows up or something like that. There's something going on under there. There's work. It's definitely work happening. So, and then the tsunami part is more of a natural occurrence from this, but this is as a result of this hammering, this man-made, like, I don't know what it is. There's something, there's like a cave here, like a dip. It's not a cave, but it's like a dip in the ground, and there's in the underwater, like here's my above water, and they're doing something here, drilling,
Like fracking?
Maybe fracking, yeah, like maybe something like that. But there's something going on in this little indent, and that's what's going to cause this earthquake, that's going to cause some tsunami action. That's what I think.
That's
So
weird. Yeah,
alien drilling underground. Sue, you are my hero. There we go. Sue Paranormal.
Yeah, it's kind of flooding 2 weeks ago. Susan, okay. So it's kind of, he saw, okay, so Christy's saying saw the Statue of Liberty fall. This makes it like a whole like cataclysmic type thing, right? Now I'm wondering if he saw that fall and that was symbolism that he saw that fall.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to switch back to cards, because I want my cards.
All right. Let me, just curious about this New York. See, I had no idea J-Snip. If J-Snip's the same person I'm thinking of, the one that does crypto with Jean-Claude, I didn't know he also like had visions and stuff.
Oh boy, Beverly's got good one about Lindsey Graham.
Lindsey
Yeah,
Graham.
I am so on the fence with him. Like, I can't figure out if he's a good guy or a bad guy. I can't figure him out.
Oh, I figured I don't like him. He's a turd. Him and Mitch McConnell can go hang out somewhere else outside of their government jobs.
Oh, did you watch the State of the Union? Did you see how turtly he was, Mitch McConnell?
Yes.
He's super turtly. Like, he almost like turned it up on purpose.
I don't know how he can do it. Wait, there's bullfrogs that can like make their necks bigger, right? Maybe he has that. He's like, and he like poofed up his like little turtle head. I don't know. How does he? His wife wakes up in the middle of the night and she sees that shit. I mean, it's got to be even worse when he's laying down. Like, that's that whole like that story about like, I think that was Mae West and what was the guy who always used to wear the tanner? Oh,
Who
he was
used to
like
wear the tanner? Like
he was
George
Hamilton.
that was, yeah, was that his name?
Yeah, and I think at one point he was bound chicka bow out with Mae West because it was like she was an icon, and they were going at it so vigorously that he popped off her, like back in the day it was like pre-plastic surgery, so they like actually like, you know, bloop bloop, tied their stuff up, taped it back in under the hairline, and he popped off her little tape so her temporary facelift came undone during their
I need a
bound chicka bow
temporary
out.
facelift. I need one of those. I need tape. All right. So, what are we doing this one on?
New York City, and let's real quick, if the New York City, the Statue of Liberty, what J Snip was seeing.
Oh, I'm getting a download already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird. That's all weird.
He showed up. Guess who showed up?
Who, El Diablo? Oh, Sneaky Snacker's down there.
Snacker!
Oh, shit. We gotta get the box.
There he is. Woo! Everyone. Sneaky Snacker. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Sneaky Snacker in the house. I don't know why he sounded like the guy who sings the Humpty Dance, but he just did right now. So what do you got going on over there?
So all right, my download that was happening while I was shuffling was New York is a shit show. And the last couple of years have proved that we don't have to actually be in the location to still make the wheels of the hamster cage turn. So why not get rid of it? So I'm getting a sense that this may be done on purpose. It's those of you that don't live on the East Coast and aren't familiar with New York is really small and tall. You know, my sister-in-law was in the city on 9/11, and Beverly with the sneaky snacker tax.
Thank you, Beverly. Appreciate it.
Super chat. So, you know, when people raced off the island, they were getting on boats, and the boats were tipping over. There's a lot of stuff. Fortunately, she was okay. But you know, it's a really, really small island. It's not as grand a city as you think. Like, it was culture shock when I moved to LA, because LA is so wide and like vast and not tall at all. Like, not tall.
No.
So New York is, you know, it's very dense and tall. So, you know, I think some decisions are being made to kind of solve the dilemma that New York proves to be. I think in the last year, we've seen some cultural changes, and I don't know if she's going to come back. I don't know. It's kind of a mess there. Like, I was even hesitant to go, like in the 80s when I was a teenager. Like, I was always hesitant to go. I went into like, oh God, what was the hair salon? Astor Place, and like got my head shaved like when I was like 13. And I had more balls than brains, but you know, like going in and like going to a show is a little bit complicated, and it's almost prohibitively expensive. So if the economy continues to go where it's going to go, New York is not going to make a grand comeback. People aren't going to go there. It's just not going to be. So I think they're making some hard decisions about what to do about how craptastic it is, and you know, where they can go. So maybe new starts, maybe kind of start all over in a different place, like probably New Jersey, where I am. Yay. So, no one, no one's really excited about it because it is going to be like a massive loss, but there's going to be insurance payouts. There's going to be all kinds of stuff behind the scenes that's going to get paid off. But it's almost like, New York is a town without pity, but this is like handlers without mercy. So I definitely, and again here, like, was the juice worth the squeeze? Was it worth it to get us into this situation? Can we restart it? No, not really. Are we going to get her off the ground? I don't think so. I don't think that the new mayor is entirely a really strong new mayor for New York. Giuliani was interesting because he did really clean up the city. For whatever you feel about him, he really did clean up the city from a boots on the ground perspective. But this guy, even though he is, former PD, I don't think he's going to address the issues as they need to be addressed. And I think the issues that he can address are going to be far, far larger than the resources that are going to be available. So I think at the end of it all, this is going to be kind of a bummer, but I feel like this is going to be like an engineered failure of the city.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of with you. What's popping up here is like, I don't think anything's like you said, nothing here is decided. We've got multiple storylines that we're working on, right? Like we have the weird science, we got the bio thing happening here, a spark or a sprout, which I think is kind of interesting when you think about this, right? You have a bioweapon with a spark.
Okay.
You have weird science with a sprout.
Ah.
And we're sleeping on the natural disaster. We're natural causes here. There's a moral compass, which tells me that it's not natural causes. And outer space, admit one, tells me that could also be a let's stage a show for the folks and have that. So it's almost like we're in the planning stages of a show that we're planning to put on. Which one of these options would we like to go with? Which one can we do? Like benefits, pros and cons, like we're weighing it. That's what it is. Like there's something here to it, definitely. It doesn't feel like we're kumbayaing it over there. It's almost like, oh, like we've kind of screwed the pooch here. What do we do? It's weird. I don't know why. Like I look at New York when I was there. Well, it was weird because the only time that I was there was for a few hours and I had to travel for business there like not that long after 9/11. So like leaving LAX was weird because there was, the police with the guns patrolling the airport. They're checking under your car when you go into the airport. You had to take taxis in. When we got to New York, I had my friend drive me because he was from there. So I was like, I'm not driving in New York. That's like, no. And it was very scary. It was like kind of quiet. It was just weird. It was like, okay, for my first time visiting, this is definitely not what I expected, but it had a whole different energy to New York City, which is something weird. Like, I don't know, nothing I felt anywhere else, even at that time. So this is feeling like we're getting ready to stage something over there. I don't know. Is the city even like fully occupied at this point?
I don't know. I've only been in a handful of times since 9/11. And I, as an empath, it was always very difficult for me to go into the city anyway, because I would absorb everyone's tension and I would just get bombarded with the energy. So it was like really hard for me to go to New York and like have a relaxing night out. Like I would have to be like club hopping and like have to have a drink in one hand, a bottle of pills in the other hand, and like be having a great time. Just I would have to like get into the energy flow, like that river of energy flow, and just kind of go with it and be completely reckless, and otherwise I'd be crushed by the anxiety. The times that I did go in after 9/11, I got a sense of that it's very, very quiet. Like it's weird. Like that event like lowered some kind of vibrational vibe in the city. It was very strange. Now I do have friends that are going back into their offices in the city. I know my company, we had space in the Empire State Building. We gave our space up. Our lease was up and they said we're not going to renew it. We had a gorgeous space there. So all those employees are now working remote, so they indefinitely, they will be indefinitely remote. So I don't know. I mean, you know, I did hear something interesting. I just read an article that the Russian tea room has been all but abandoned because of the activity in the Ukraine. And you know, that was a mainstay. Those of you that don't know, the Russian Tea Room is it's kind of like a luncheon restaurant. You can have dinner there, of course, but like it was very hopping at lunchtime. But it was set up by the expat Russian entertainers that were here in New York, working in the ballet and other entertainment industries, and it became like a celebrity hangout. So like you could go there at lunchtime and wait on a line around the corner, and be having lunch next to Elizabeth Taylor or any so name a person, Frank Sinatra. You could be sitting next to them. So it's pretty small quarters, and the food is amazing, and it is like Russian fare. So you know, if you've never had a Russian lunch, go have one, because you'll be there for like 4 hours, and you won't have to eat for like a month after.
I wish we don't even have any good Mexican joints here. So there's that.
What? How could that be?
Dude, it is like people like they think they can make Mexican food, but they seem to forget like the basics like salt. But so we don't even have like one time I was looking for German restaurants around here. I found one like in Anaheim, but it wasn't really that good. So trying to find any type of like other foods beyond, you know, basic burgers and stuff. So hard. Is interesting. So then I decided, let me pull these cards. It's kind of like some of the same cards you already got. What I got was whatever's going to be happening there feels like it's going to be biblical heartbreak, and it's coming from an outside source. There's some type of planning going on with it because we need to have a new beginning. It's like we need to scrap it. Like you said, we need to scrap it and we have to start over. That's horrible to me because it's like
you got the 3 of Swords and the 5 of Swords. I got those too.
yeah. And it's like, it's to me, that's like, oh, I have a deep, deep love for like the Empire State Building and for the Chrysler Building. Like those are my most favorite pieces of architecture in the world. Like I would be heartbroken if those were gone. Oh God, that hits me in the feels, and I don't even like live over there.
Yeah, I'm pulling some. Yeah, wow. Heart of the matter. Boom. Oh, this is a wild spread. So not being nostalgic, they're not being nostalgic like you at all. Making these hard decisions after arrest, and they're just going to make it work. People are upset about it, but it's going to be cataclysmic and life-changing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's being done for strictly hard reasons. It's no one's being emotional about it. That sucks. Huh.
Oh,
That's weird.
it's weird and sad. I wouldn't even have thought about like that. That's just like one of those places where you don't think like, oh, that'll be there forever.
Institution, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that was a bummer.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Now I'm like, oh, I have to go look at like I have actual like big pieces of art of those buildings. Like in here I have my Chrysler building piece of work. It's like, I don't know, almost 4 feet tall. I love that building. Oh God, I'm getting verklempt. Make it stop. Let me talk about something stupid now.
We'll fly you out. I'll make you German food, and we'll go see everything in New York. You know, we do like a big Oktoberfest every year, right?
No, but I would love. That's that would
Greg
be
and
amazing.
We do a big Oktoberfest every year for about 100 people, and we make all of our own German food. We dress up.
I don't want to wear lederhosen. I'm not into it.
He wears lederhosen, and it's hilarious. But yeah, we make all of our own food, and it's a pretty good time.
So Ava had a good question. So, but why? The why I get for this for NYC is like scrap it, start over.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. Scrap it and move it to another place. They don't need it anymore. It's like become more trouble than it's worth. There's a lot of crime in the city right now. Like there's a lot of crime. Like people are terrible.
Yeah, I mean, that's just horrible. I can't. So yeah, and I don't know too. It's like you look at it now, right? Inflation. I can't even imagine before that. Like people just how much it costs to live in New York City. Period. It's expensive to live here, and I'm in land of the dirt people. I imagine New York City's on par with wherever Zuckerfuck is up there in Palo Alto or
Yeah.
San Francisco. How they're like ridiculous prices up there. I don't know. I mean, at the same point, I've always had like fantasies I could move to like upstate New York and get some old creepy like Queen Anne or Victorian, but
Well,
it's New York State, and so then I say no.
That's a little bit different. Like, New York State, like, it's not as outlandish as New York City or right outside the city. Like right outside the city, like we could see New York from the coast. I'm just a few minutes from the coast, and we could see New York from here. And when the 2 years ago, when everything started shutting down, our real estate just went bananas. Like, I can't even tell you how many real estate agents were like, "You want to sell your house?" I was like, "No, because I don't have any place to go."
Kind of the same thing here. It's like, all these people are like, "Hey, you want to sell your house?" And then it's like, "Yeah, where am I going to go?" I want to get out of California, but looking at the real estate, just the rest of the country, other places where I thought like nobody would be going, the rates are like crazy for houses. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. And I get it that they wanted to come down here, but houses, my buddy who sells real estate, local, a couple of counties around us, he said every offer that he was getting was a price war, and the first offers were 30% more than the sale price.
Wow. Well, I don't know. We got a lot of cash buyers around here, which is kind of ridiculous. And I think they were doing the did you hear about that Zillow program where Zillow was thinking we're going to be like a one-stop shop where we're going to buy houses, hold inventory. So then if you saw the house on Zillow, you could buy it from us and then go buy another house. So you didn't have to have contingencies. I was like, I don't think that went very well for them, but we'll see. Anyhow.
So, do we want, I scrolled back up and I have Lindsey with her, Beverly with her Lindsey Graham question.
Okay, what was the Lindsey Graham-nasty question?
Beverly said that Lindsey Graham has been publicly encouraging the Russian people to liquidate Vlad. And will he ultimately meet his demise Al Capone style? Do we mean Putin or Lindsey?
Well, that's kind of weird. Why would he and good old... oh shit, I already forgot the hag. Why are he and the hag kind of like on the same page about that? You gotta wonder. All right, so we're gonna look and see if Lindsey, does he mean it? Is that what the question is? Does he want people to go after him?
I'm gonna get a read on Lindsey. Let's take a look at Lindsey Graham. That's weird. So, shall I?
Yes, please do. Yes, please do.
So, I've got that this is a noble message that he's trying to give to show his empathy with the Ukrainians. He's aligning himself with the Ukrainian people by saying this. This is a turnaround from something that he was doing before. So I want to get some clarification on what he was doing before.
Who, Lindsey?
Yeah, like this is like he's like, no, I'm with Ukraine. Like that's kind of like what this statement was all about. Oh dear.
I like your oh dear there. I don't know. I get like there's a bunch of bullshit. Whatever's coming out of his mouth, I don't know. He's like blowing hot air up somebody's ass. Because we have
He's
the
like
sneaky
talking out
snacker
of
card.
both sides, but talking out of both sides of his mouth, right? Are you getting that?
Yes. I got sneaky snacker. We're gonna have to pay the piper. But
Woo!
yes,
Sneaky snacker.
he's blowing smoke, man. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's like playing games both sides of the I don't know. It's almost like a I don't know what this it's like the example that came to my brain was kind of like if you knew this couple that was breaking up and you were kind of like you didn't want to pick sides.
Yes, that's totally what it feels like. Like he's just like, I want to be friends with both of y'all.
Yeah, it's weird. And over here looking at Pootie's like it's more big ween energy again. Like suck it. I don't know.
I have to pull on Pootie. So here I got Lindsay's full of shit. This is all for drama. Like this is just like PR that he's putting out there. This is just a message he wants people to know. But he's hiding something not very well. And he's worried that he's going to be seen as like that he doesn't have control over his language like he did. He's trying to be very, very measured about the information that he puts out there. And maybe that's why it was just like this one itty bitty statement. But I don't know. His intent is all jacked up, but he's trying to save his own skin. He is Rose on the bed headboard or the door or whatever in the Titanic. He's Rose. He's not letting anybody on there. He's just taking care of himself. What you got?
Yeah, because he's shitting bricks over here for something. I don't know what he's doing. Pootie over here is like, bye girl. Like, I don't have time for your bullshit. Like, so I don't know. There's like something else going on that we don't know about. He's like, if this was like an episode of the Real Housewives or some shit, that's like the game playing I'm sensing here. It's some bullshit.
Now, I think Sue made a comment. Somebody made a comment about what they think he's doing there. Where is it? There it is. Heidi. It was Heidi. There we go. Posting it up there.
Oh, interesting. Oh, well, then are we technically, are we at 10 days? Or are we 9 days? I don't know.
My lights are still on.
Huh?
My lights are still on. But Taiwan had lights out for a little bit too. Let me get a read on Pootie real quick. How are we doing, guys? Everybody sound off in the comments. How are we doing?
It was funny. I did a video and I uploaded it and I was like, gosh, I need to figure out where I mentioned watching another video. So I pulled up the transcript of my video and it was funny. So every time I shuffle the cards, it says music. I was like, okay, music.
Oh. Oh, there he is. We got Sneaky Snacker.
Oh, Sneaky Snacker.
So this is Pootie. Pootie, we've got him doing the right thing, but breaking contracts. Breaking contracts. And like here, heart is in the right place. So when I read this, I don't know if this is he is a bad person being loyal to the idea that he has and the plan that he has in his head, or if he is a good person and he's executing this plan with amazing acting skills. The behavior panel just did a thing on him. I don't know if I said that earlier or if I just thought it. The behavior panel just did an analysis of him. I told you, Alycia, before we came on,
Yeah.
and I'm only halfway through it, but it's fascinating. So they did an older video and a new video. So I get that this is like noble heart, and it's a huge undertaking. It's like he's willing to be the bad guy for whatever this greater good is, and he's going to hide everything. He's sneaky snacker. Other people are seeing him as the good guy. Like this is how other people see him. This is the card I got, the 9 of Cups. He's like the light bringer. Like I'm sorry, like I'm just reading the cards for entertainment purposes only. We haven't said that yet.
It's on we have a banner running at the bottom of our screen.
I feel like we have to say it still. Allegedly. These are all allegedly.
If they can't read, I can't help them. They're in deep doo-doo here.
The hopes and fears is this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And she was upright for Lindsey Graham.
Yes.
So this, I don't know who this powerful woman is, but this is a powerful woman. And
the hag?
I don't know if it's her. He's not afraid of her.
I think he's not afraid of her. Afraid of the hag.
Yeah, he's not afraid of her at all. But he's worried about the secrets not being kept by others, by the other players in this. So
who's afraid of the secrets not being kept? The hag or whoever the lady is, or Pootie?
Pootie.
Oh, Pootie's worried about so Pootie has some secrets about this, is what you're saying?
No, he's afraid that his acting gig is going to get blown by somebody else who doesn't have the same skills that he does.
Oh,
So, and don't get mad at me. I'm not like, yay, Putin, good idea to invade a country. I'm not saying that. I told Alycia before we came on live, like I think I lost a viewer because I think she thought that I was pro Putin, but I'm not. Like I'm just reading the cards.
Just reading the cards.
So you guys are seeing them. Like I'm shuffling them in front of you. It's not like I'm like just pulling them out. So where Escape from New York, Quantum Reality, Miriam Remote Viewer had to scrub her videos because of her job. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to do that. 4th or 5th booster isn't spoken about. New York is feeling very bizarre these days. Agreed, Luna. Quantum Reality, Miriam said. Next, we'll have a problem with China and Taiwan.
Yeah, that's going to be, I think that's like weird because that's just popping up like on the side, right? So it's every once in a while we're mentioning, I believe, Taiwan. It's like out of the blue, like side story. Like I haven't checked my mail today, or my mail, Daily Mail, news app, not my mail. I haven't seen if we've popped up anything here. Let's see if we've got anything popped up on that. I'm tired. I will tell you, I am tired of hearing about Kourtney Kardashian and her hot sex that she's having with the tattoo boy. Don't care.
Yeah, it's like really inappropriate. Like she's like making out with him in front of her children. And like, I am not a prude by any stretch of the imagination, but
yeah,
like, I don't think you should be tongue kissing your boyfriend in front of your kids.
Dude,
even if you are.
I can't imagine if like, some of those pictures that they're posting, and I'm like, stop. If that was me back in the day and that's my mom, God forbid I'd be blind. No, stop.
Nobody wants to see that.
Nobody wants to see that shit. Nobody wants to see me doing that kind of move. I can tell you that right now. That's like,
Oh, did you see Pamela Anderson is very upset about the series Tommy and Pam? Or Pam and Tommy? I know you were watching it.
Didn't know she was like I didn't know what she's doing.
She is very upset about how she was depicted.
Well, I watched a few episodes. Seemed pretty okay to me. I didn't see any difference there, but okay. Now, here's a side interesting story that kind of goes back to the geological kind of stuff we were looking at earlier. Let's see if the camera will get it or if it's just going to be like Too bright. Too bright. Come on, camera.
Too bright.
Dicks. Okay. Experts warn central U.S. should prepare for a devastating magnitude 7 earthquake that could hit Missouri fault line at any time as fear of the big one in California remains. California hasn't fallen off the map yet. So there's that. But so now they're talking about a devastating magnitude 7 quake that could hit the Missouri fault line. They could happen within 50 years. Well, they're really on it.
I just spit all over the place. I'm sorry. So inappropriate.
Well, in 50 years, I'm sure Kourtney Kardashian will still be taking inappropriate pictures on the Instagram. But whatever.
Plastic is forever. Did I say
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So where are we going to look at now?
Taiwan?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see what's going to be happening. Is now what's the gameplay there that China wants to take it over, right?
Yes, China thinks that Taiwan belongs to them. And
Taiwan says no.
they're just going to go back there. It's like when you sell your house and you move into it and you get all comfy cozy, and then the old owners come back with the key and let themselves in and say, "We are going to sit on your couch."
It's kind of like Kanye trying to say to Kim, no, you are not a single woman. You're still my wife. So no, we're not doing that. So, okay, I got it. I'm down with the problemo. Let's see what we can get.
Oh boy.
Nope.
You know what's so weird with my earbuds in? I feel like I'm breathing like I feel like I'm like breathing through my nose really loud.
Well, I don't think any of us are hearing that. So
I hope you're not. Like, that's why I'm bringing it up. I'm really hoping that you're not hearing me breathe through my nose.
And I'm not hearing, like, you know, your brain cells bumping against each other. I don't hear your synapses snapping. So all of it, we're good. I'm not hearing any of that stuff.
That's reassuring. So I got Taiwan, I got China. Taiwan's looking like their happiness is going to be short-lived. Like they're yay, kind of merrily going along, and then boo, all the good stuff gets taken away from them, and boo, then like more good stuff gets taken away, and their whole way of life gets changed. Boom. China, chickadee China. Not good plans, not with good intentions here. They're gonna try and sell it as like, hey, this is not a bad thing. But everyone's gonna kind of know that it's going to be life changing. There's gonna be something with the religious aspect of it. There's gonna be some interference with the religion of the country, and that is going to be very, very upsetting for a good number of people. Now, I got this 10 of cups under the surface. So this was a little bit confusing. So I did some clarification over here, and I got that Queen of Cups in reverse, the 3 of Wands, and then that Page of Wands. So under the surface, there's going to be some mean mothering here, if you will. But the PR that's going to be pumped out is going to be like classic, like propaganda. Like we're not going to hear the real story of what's going on over there, unfortunately. So it looks like China is going to be moving in on that, and they're just going to be squashing any resistance. What do you have, darling?
Okay, so we got some of the same cards over here. I got China, I got Taiwan in between the two. So China's going, there's something they want over there. There's something they're lacking, and they want it over there. And so it's like, I don't know if this is like resources or if this is just I want to piss on it and reclaim it. I'm not quite sure. They want to do this. It's like they want to like make it nice. I don't know why Dorinda from the Housewife pops in, but I want to go over there and take it and make it nice for everybody. Like, we're going to just move it over, and this is my new thing. Taiwan is with us again. Like, there's definitely secrets. They're not going to be telling you whatever the real deal is, how this whole thing's going to unfold. But it's more than there's something over there they want. There's like some type of pride issue with this. And there's some type of strategic issue with it, why they want to go get it. Taiwan's over here, and it's like shaking in their boots, man. But I do feel like Taiwan might have an ace up their sleeve, so they might not be totally down and out in Beverly Hills. In between the situation, like what we're going to hear about, there's going to be a lot of bullshit, like gossip, propaganda, whatever you want to call it, bullshit being spouted here. And there's some options and things that are going to be like, it feels kind of like what we're living through now, where we're saying like one thing, here's another, which one plays well, let's throw that story out. Did that stick? No, let's take it back. Let's throw this one out there. It feels like that's what we're going to be going through. But I don't think Taiwan's totally effed at the end of this. I think there's an ace up their sleeve. So that's what I got.
Okay. I didn't get any ace, but I hope you're right. I hope you're
I hope so
absolutely
too.
right.
I hope there's an ace up their sleeves. I think they got something over there. I don't know. Maybe they have like maybe they have the power of Tom Selleck's magical mustache and his dimples, and that's going to make it all good. Oh, hi guys. Hey guys. Oh,
Yes.
if you guys were asking, Adam, the little troll bitch, I kicked him out. So
Oh, on this just now?
yeah, there was some troll. I think he said we were idiotic or something or whatever.
Oh,
So it's like, bye, bitch.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
Bye,
I got
Adam.
rid of it.
Should we do a reading for Adam? Let's see what was wrong with Adam.
Oh, see why Adam's a troll?
Sure, why not? Adam, this one's for you.
Yeah. And now he can't comment back. Poor thing. Womp womp. Womp.
Adam's just like a gaslighter. He doesn't have anything. He's like lives in his mom's basement.
I was just gonna say it, and he's rubbing one off with his Cheeto hands. Totally inappropriate.
Yeah, he's like the internet's all he has. So
yeah, there's a little bit of juvenile behavior there, but my reply was juvenile too.
poor Adam.
How sad times at Ridgemont High. Okay, Ridgemont High, is that what that was?
Yes.
Okay. I think I must call it something else at other times. Yeah, Bad Bobby has a rap song by bitch. I don't listen to her. Cash me sad.
Oh, Bad Bobby? That's what you call her? She's not Bad Baby?
I thought it was Bobby. I don't know. Is it baby? I don't know. I'm too old for her. I don't know. I don't listen to her songs.
I'm too old for her too. I was appalled at her behavior. So that says I'm really too old for her. So. I was appalled.
He was appalled. And I'm over here, and I like when I'm making dinner sometimes, and I'll turn on whatever that song is by Megan Thee Stallion, and I start twerking in my kitchen. I'm hoping one day that my daughter is like embarrassed and runs out. Just like
So Susan's Paranormal wants to know about Jared Kushner because he looks creepy. Is he a robot?
he does. Has he always looked creepy? I don't know.
I think he always looked creepy. I don't know.
That's why I'm like, I don't know. Some of these people, like, I look at them and I'm like, they always kind of like, some people, they get better with age. Some of them, I look at them like, you're looking a little creepster. Did you have
Tom Selleck, better with age.
Better with age, yes. But then you look at some of the housewives and they go crazy with their plastic surgery and you're like, oh my gosh, what did you do? Just age naturally, girl. Just age it.
You know who got better with age? Barbara Streisand's son, Josh Brolin, stepson, Josh Brolin.
What was the
from the
husband's name?
Goonies. I can't remember who her husband was, but the older brother from the Goonies. I saw him in Deadpool, in like the second Deadpool, and I was like, oh my god, that's Brent from the Goonies. Holy crap! Look at him.
You know who did not get good with age is Corey Feldman. Have you watched his new video?
Oh my.
He's
Yeah.
got some contouring going on there and some weird music.
I don't like him because he defended Michael Jackson and then kind of alluded to like, well, maybe, like just recently.
I don't like him, that the fact that he's like trying to take money from his fans to then say, I'll reveal who the bad guys are once you give me money. Like, you don't need money to do that. You do the right thing. You don't need the money to do that, jerk. So then he had that video he was going to reveal stuff in, and then how he screwed over Corey Haim. Corey Haim can't defend himself. Yeah, there's so many issues with that
Yeah, guy. Not cool.
No.
Not cool. Sorry,
right.
Jared Kushner. He's a good target for today. What is the deal with Jared Kushner? He's a nice Jewish boy. He bought most of the beachfront in the town I used to live in, Long Branch, New Jersey. He owns all of the beachfront now. I'm not even kidding. That's a true story.
Maybe he does. Maybe it's not him. Dun, dun, dun. There's something up with him. Like, I don't know. Who he used to be is not who he is now.
Yeah, look at this. Me too.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I don't know what the heck this means, but it's not the same type of person. I don't know if this is like
Susan, I think you're onto something here. This is like a rebirth. I have like a rebirth in the middle, but it looks like they may have to I don't want to say recast him, but maybe he might get written out of the script. Something going on here. I don't know.
There's something. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's almost like if we walked away from version 1.0, there was like, I don't know. There's something weird with him. I don't know if you got like, I don't know. I don't know if it's a robot. I don't know. Tarot by Janine always says that the Hermit is our alien card. Oh, Corey, yes, we are jumping the shark. I can tell you don't watch here very often. We do jump the shark.
I'm like all the way up. I gotta get to the new comments. Corey said we're jumping the shark.
Oh, because this is all nonsense, this talk that we're having here. This is what we do on my channel all the time, nonsense. So my tinfoil hat's in the shop right now, but I'll get it on pretty soon. I don't know. It's like, it's not him. I don't know what it is. I can't get what it is.
Yeah, I can't get what it is either, but there was definitely some kind of transformation. Good one, Susan.
Mm-hmm.
Susan, an alien owning prime real estate in New Jersey would not be a big deal. If you've ever come to New Jersey, we are a weird bunch of people. We're a weird tribe. And apparently our governor wants to run for president. So Phil Murphy possibly coming to a Casablanca near you.
No, I don't want him.
I don't want him either.
That's like saying Newsom's going to be up there. No.
Maybe they'll run together.
No.
Ugh,
wait, if they could recreate the Kimberly Guilfoyle picture of Gavin and Kimberly on the floor, if they could recreate that picture, I might be interested in working on the campaign just to run photocopies. Would anybody do that anymore? Probably not.
Hey, Scott, Alycia and I both, tonight we do like public just fun readings, but we both do private readings. You can go to our bios and you can book a private reading with either of us. So There you go, honey bunny.
Oh, everybody wants a rich alien boyfriend. Okay.
Who
I don't want-
doesn't?
I don't. Alien, I'm still scared about the aliens. I think they're all around here. I swear to God, I think they're all around here, but I don't want it. Like, it's going to be weird.
The kind of rich alien boyfriend that I want, like, did you ever see The Fifth Element? The diva? That alien. I can't even pull it up because I'll freeze up.
I don't know that. Okay, let me look. I'll see if I can pull it up. What did you say? It's a Fifth Element?
Fifth Element, the diva. I wonder if I can pull her up. She's blue.
Yeah.
She's kind of amazing, right?
Okay. Here, I'll share it. I don't know if she's amazing or not. She's kind of quit showing these tips. Thank you very much. I don't need the tip. I'm on it now. This picture here where she looks like the earth is upside down behind her. I don't know.
Did you ever see The Fifth Element?
No.
Oh, you would love that.
I don't know that I would. This is weird. Like, what's up with her? Like, she's got like pipes coming out of her head for her an exhaust. Like, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, she's a singer. And apparently she sang most of the opera. She's an opera singer. But it's a Bruce Willis movie. And what's her name? Mila Jovovich is in it. Another Ukrainian.
Oh.
Mila Jovovich.
See, the only thing like I think of Bruce Willis is like I will rewatch Pulp Fiction multiple times to see the towel scene again to see if I catch a peek of anything. But this is a whole like, does she have super long fingers too? Like, what is this?
She's wild. But that's Katie and Eva are both on the same page. Sure, like, yeah. All right. Corey is asking for more about the Ukraine and Russia. I don't know if I'm missing any other comments in here.
It's just people are saying Fifth Element is good. I don't know if I'm gonna watch that. Like
Gary Oldman is in there, and he is fantastic.
I just started watching on Hulu The Dropout. That's where I was. You know, about what's her name? Theranos, whatever. Ooh. You know, that girl who's like just had her trial. Elizabeth Holmes.
Okay. Oh, not Inventing Anna, or that's another one. Someone told me to watch that. That's about a grifter. Like, yeah. But I'm offended because it's my name.
One's equally odd. I just, that starts off the first episode. She's obsessed, like listening to that Alabama song. I'm in a hurry and don't know why, and I rush and rush. And I'm just like, what a weird song to be obsessed with as a young person back then. But okay.
I don't know if I know that song.
You don't know any Alabama?
Yeah, I don't know why I don't know that. It's not ringing a bell. KKD is telling you that you have to watch The Fifth Element. You got to watch it.
It's a funny movie. Okay. I'm telling you guys, I fall asleep on most movies. That's why my library of movies I've seen is not very long. I usually fall asleep unless it's I don't know. Okay, you said the Theranos chick I call turtleneck. There's something weird with her. Like, when she lowered her voice and she talks all low now and she started wearing turtlenecks like she's Steve Jobs. She's kind of weird. Maybe she's what's his name? Cocaine Mitch's relative.
Mitch is not on cocaine. He is on prescription. He's on legitimate prescription drugs that a doctor gave him.
Mitch McConnell?
Yes.
Wait, why do I keep confusing him? Answer me this. Does Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham both have a problem with the saggy neck issue?
Yeah, because
that's why I keep when I visualize Mitch McConnell, though, he does look like a fish with bug eyes, I think, as with the neck. Yeah, okay. All right, what are we looking at? I've gone off the deep end.
Ukraine and Russia.
Oh,
How
what
about the nuclear power plant that they have been targeting?
See, this is where I have an issue. Do we know that to be true?
I don't know. There were pictures, and it looked like it was on fire. So,
But I don't
oh,
see. That's the whole thing. There's been pictures shared, and then I'm like, but that one's like a movie, or that one's something else. So now it's like, I'm just gonna do it from a general perspective of see if I can figure out what the hell's going on over there. General Mattis lost his life savings to her. Damn.
yeah, that's kind of crazy. I just saw that too.
Wow. Maybe that's a whole reading on itself, is that Theranos or Theranos or whatever. Stupid names I can't pronounce.
Sounds too much like Thanos.
What's that?
How many rings is she wearing?
Oh, let's see.
I'm getting a sense of it's not looking too good for the Ukraine. I got Ukraine and Russia here in the middle. I think I said the Ukraine. I apologize. Oh, got another
Well, thank you, Bianca.
super chat.
Yeah, There's some shady shit going on here. I can't with this. This is like, when I'm looking at this, it's like I'm looking at weird stuff. So when I pulled it, this is Ukraine on this side. This is Russia on this side. This is energy in between. Like, and why is it like we're moving out of rough waters over here, but shit's like not fucking the end of the world over here. Over here on the Putin side, it's like we're working on doing stuff and we're weighing options, but there's secrets about what the fuck is going on. And something here, there's some big change coming around the bend. And in between them, it looks like there's some, like, I don't know, like, are they like tense cooperating with each other, tense discussions with each other? Shit's not square.
They were supposed to have some discussions, I think, today. I didn't see what happened as a result of that. If they actually did meet, there was some discrepancy. They wanted to meet in Belarus, but of course, Belarus is very favorable to the Russian government, so wouldn't have been really fair to send any emissaries from Ukraine to Belarus. It just wouldn't have been really cool to do that. So I'm getting kind of the same thing. Like, they're really in a very weakened position right now. Their president is a very, very strong leader, but the message that we're getting is a PR message from Ukraine. Now, on the Russian side, and again, I'm not like pro Putin, I'm just reading the cards. We got this super, super positive sun card. But we have the balancing act of the PR and the intent. Like, he's treading into the country way more carefully than they're really giving him credit for. They were saying that they were there to, they were going to preserve the infrastructure, but I think there's more to it. So I want to pull a little bit on those biolabs. I'm kind of interested to see if those biolabs were actually a thing.
Okay. Let's see. Let's look in. I'm going to look in. I think that last time we looked into Did we give the other guy a name? We gave Pooty a name. Did we give the other guy a name, or was he just Zelensky?
No, I think we just called him Zelensky. But I
All right.
think he needs to have a reading done too, just to kind of see, like, what's he all about?
Yeah, let's see what he's about. Come back here.
You rabbit.
Come back here, you dirty scoundrel.
Oh, look who showed up.
What we got?
Sneaky snacker time.
Sneaky snacker.
Sneaky snacker.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow. I don't know why I did that sound effect. Does not apply to Sneaky Snacker. Okay, sorry. Please proceed, darling.
So this is, are you doing Zelensky or the labs? Because this is labs.
Zelensky. I got Zelensky.
All right, you go first.
I think this guy is saying one thing and doing another. There's secrets here. There's gossip here. He's making plans, but there's like, oh yeah, I'm defending the land. But there's also some other stuff going on behind the scenes, and it's almost like God. It's like someone who's like pretending to be one thing, but there's something else going on. Like Two-Face. That's what it is. This guy's like Two-Face. There's something else going on that he's doing. So he's like saying one thing, and then there's something else going on. So it's not like, and I'm not getting it like he's some evil genius in the background, but there's two things going on here that we don't know.
So I've got that there's stuff going on behind the scenes that's no bueno. I've got somebody else is pulling the strings. There's somebody else who's writing the script. He is the PR guy. He's young, he's fresh, he looks good, but he's gonna get backstabbed. He is an expendable, and he does not know it for the greater plan. He doesn't know it. And he's gonna be on his own, and he thinks that he's got cooperation. It's almost like they are going to sacrifice him as he's going to be the martyr of this. He's going to be the catalyst. He's our Franz Ferdinand 2022. Not that Franz. Yeah, he's going to be the kickoff point. Everyone's going to be very upset that this young father may be kicking it with the pill bugs.
Who's he?
That's what I see. I see that is the plan that they want. They want to have him liquidated, and then that's the reason. That's a very emotional reason that people will get behind and be very, very supportive. Oh, we got sneaky snack attack.
Thank you, Beverly.
Super chat.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm still getting like, he's exposed, but I'm like, there's something here he's like happy about. I don't know what the hell it is. There's something here he's happy about. He's like, I don't know. There's something going on. Like, he's happy about something that's going on. He's celebrating. There's like, it's like feeling like it's security to his foundation. He's exposed and he's looking to get out of like some type of harm, but like there's something else that he's happy about. It's not this whole woe is me. That's why it's like there's a Two-Face going on.
I feel bad for him because I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows the position that he's in.
Interesting. He could be. That's the whole. Now, let me. Okay, let's ask that question. Is Z? We'll call him that. Is he a globalist? Is he a part of the that group.
He's a part of something. I'm getting more that it's like NATO that he wants to be a part of. He wants to be a part of the big boys club. He wants to sit at the grown-up table at Thanksgiving. What do you got over there?
I don't know. Maybe my brain's starting to zip zap out, but there's what it's coming across like there's two different groups that he could be a part of here. And it's like he's danced with both sides. He's had a dance ticket with both, right? I don't know. I think I'm getting to the zip zap off.
I've got news.
We're live.
It's like, I don't want to be on this. I don't know. There's something going on here. Well, let's see if we. There, we muted you. Okay. I don't know. This feels like he ended a contract with the old group, whatever that group is. Okay. There was something, whatever that contract was. Like, he went over to this contract and he tried to connect with them, but it went wrong. And he was trying to make a choice. Do I go with this guy? Do I not go with this guy? Whatever this is, though, and I can't quite discern what the two groups are. That's why I'm saying I'm kind of like, I don't know. Oh, I have to unmute you. You're back. I'm still over here, and I'm like, I don't know. Okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
So I missed part of that. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just saying, I don't know. I said my brain, I think I'm getting fried because I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, we're on 2.5 hours. And this is about when we start to get loopy. I've just got that, he had the same dance card with both sides, and that it's not so much that he's trying to be impartial, but he's trying to butter his bread on both sides of the toast.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's like, that's why we have a tower on one line and a death on the other. Like he's trying to get into bed with everybody. I don't know. Is he like the Ukrainian hoe? I don't know. There's something weird I can't get my head on about it. It's just odd. It's bothering me because I can't get it.
Yeah, it's bothering me too. And it doesn't, you know what it feels like? It feels like, do you ever put a puzzle together and you have like two pieces and they're both blue and you have sky and you're trying to make them both fit and neither of them fit?
Yeah. It doesn't work. That's what it's like. There's, yeah, it doesn't work. I don't know.
Look, there it is again. Incongruence. Christy with the super chat.
Thank you, Christy. Yeah, I don't. Something's not kosher here. I don't know.
It's So one of the things that Putin was saying was that, historically parts of the Ukraine were part of Russia. Now, I get this. My father's family is from the Russian Ukraine, which is like that gray area, very similar to the Rhine. It's part. It's got some French. It's got some German in there. This part. Putin has been saying, there are people that are traditionally Russian in those areas, and they're liberating them. That's the whole idea. But Ukraine is promoting the Ukrainian traditions, and oh, how happy we once were with our traditions and being an independent culture. But it's, in some respect, it's kind of like the difference from being from like North Jersey and South Jersey. Like, there really is a South Jersey, there is a Central Jersey, but it's and they tried to say that when the troops were going in and they were reading those text messages from the allegedly deceased Russian soldiers. Mama, they look just like us. I don't know who's who. Of course they look just like you. They're from across the street, like they're from right there. But there's something amiss here. And I hope that we do find out what this is, Alycia, because
it's bothering me, because it's a whole thing here where it's like I'm looking at it and there's the missing puzzle pieces here, and it's almost you don't get to know like you don't get to know, which I guess is always a possibility. I mean, I think I've said it before, and I don't know if this is your practice as well, but when I open a circle before I'm doing a reading, I ask for what we're allowed to know. I don't want to get like pressing into shit I'm not allowed to know, right? It's kind of like, don't want that. So I don't know. There's something going on with it. It's all sorts of weird. I don't know.
So
anyway, I'm like, what is that? I'm trying to read the clock. I'm seriously like, I'm like fading on my zip zap in here.
Yeah, I'm just reading the chats, and like, everybody's cool here. Like, Alycia and I are cool. You guys are cool. Everybody just turn the temperature down. Chat got a little crazy.
Yeah. Let's all kumbaya at a moment over here. I don't know. I wasn't keeping up with all the chat, so I don't know what we're saying over here. I don't know who. I'm not going to judge Judy it. My brain's not there right now. So just to our separate corners.
Yes. So, and to be sure, Alycia and I are both in agreement that we don't know anything that's going on there. We both think that all of the information that is coming out of that particular area is somewhat tainted. And that some of the perceptions are being wagged for us. Some of our tails are being wagged. So
yes.
And I think we all want to know the truth. And that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take my belief a step further. So also on addition, on top of that cake, is that when I see all of the same usual suspects on one side of an issue, it makes me look twice. So when I see the hag, when I see all the royals, and I see, Meghan and Harry and all the stupid celebrities all on one side of an issue, it makes me look twice, because then I'm like, something ain't right, especially when Soros is also on that side. There's something there that just gets me the wrong way. So I've got a side eye to it, and I can't just be on board because everybody else is. Like, it feels like we're kind of getting into this like wag the dog thing, where at some point we're all going to have to start be putting like, the same little frame on our profile pictures or some shit. And it's like, I don't I don't want to be sold a bill of goods. I want to get like facts, and we're not getting the facts, and it bothers me, and that's why I'm suspicious. So that's my 2 cents. But everyone's entitled to an opinion because opinions are like a-holes, and we each have one. So do with
Some of
that.
us have two.
Really? Amazing.
I did when I was married to my
Oh.
when I was with my ex. So I had 2 then. It was really great. Until it wasn't. But yeah, so I think to be continued. Katie says the same thing, that it feels very off, theatrical. And those of you that are too young to have watched the Dustin Hoffman movie Wag the Dog, I strongly suggest it. It's kind of neat. Why is Sean Penn really in the Ukraine? And okay, Corey, I just want to address what Corey had said in response to Susan. So Corey, there are some outlets that are saying that there was some of the I don't know if we're allowed to say the HT word that was
Well, if you're
coming.
questioning, we probably can't say it, so you're gonna have to do some.
So that there
code.
were some like remember when we had like the trade circuit a bazillion years ago, and like the wooden ships, they would trade rum for slaves for I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, for spices.
Yeah.
So there is some thinking that there is a similar racket that is going on through the Ukraine. So there's something very interesting. So the behavior panel was talking about propaganda today, and until you start to believe it, they will make you doubt yourself. So where am I going with this? I am getting loopy. My psychic abilities.
I think that's just the fear that some of us have, that it is just we're being fed a story, and it's being one side of that story is constantly being peddled, which makes some of us question it, because it's just like, what? There's a lot of history that a lot of the populace now is not aware of within that whole area. So that's the whole other part of this. It's like, if you just go based on what is being fed now without any background history to go upon, and looking at who the players are, follow the money, all that kind of stuff, it makes it murkier. And there's other things here to look at. So I think that's like, we're just getting spoon-fed shit, and I don't think we're getting the whole meal.
Yeah,
the whole meal of this shit, but you know what I'm saying.
So that for example, like Beverly just posted that, there's word that Russian soldiers are shooting dogs in the streets. I have yet to meet a Russian that doesn't treat their dog better than they treat their best friend. So, they are very dog friendly people. So I don't know if that's going on. I mean, like one of the things that happened during World War II, when the Germans invaded France, when they invaded the countryside, they almost obliterated the breed of the dog de Bordeaux, which is the Turner and Hooch dog, the big red bull-faced dog. They're really, really cute. They almost obliterated the breed. I think there was like 5 left at the end of the war, and they bred them and fortunately saved the breed. That was a little bit different. They were, taking those dogs out because they were guarding the country estates and they wanted to hole up in them. But no, we can't deny that Russia is invading the Ukraine. That's not what's going on. But it's the intention that I think is questionable, because it does seem like kind of a dumb move on the part of Putin. Like, why would you start all this ruckus? Like what is that? Like, to acquire a piece of land, 2 pieces of land that now the Ukraine is called the breadbasket of Europe. It does have rich lands. It does produce a lot. It's got mineral stores, but why? And Russia is in terms of natural resources and production a fairly poor country. Their output is like that of like I think the state of Texas. Isn't that what we heard, or something insane like that? It's really not a very, very wealthy country in terms of what they produce. So, on one side, you can say, yeah, like they're going in there for the resources, but are they? Is that what they're going in for? I mean, I have a lot of questions. So, but I'm curious to see how this all turns out. I certainly don't want to see anyone, go to the great beyond or meet their end.
No.
But I do think that we're in a very, very weird period of history. But so with that, do how anything else, Alycia?
No, I don't have any. I'm like I said, I'm zapped, but no, I don't have anything else. I don't. The whole thing is like, at the end of all of this, I think it's fair to say that nobody knows the true story, and so nobody can speak to anything as a hard and fast fact. So it's almost kind of like one of those things where if anyone's trying to say that this is what's happening or that's what's happening, I would call a very big bullshit on that, because I don't think we're getting the full story. So I wouldn't want to pretend that I know everything, and I think it's a dangerous slope if anyone else wants to pretend that as well. So whatever's going on, we don't know the whole story. There's something else.
Yeah, we will see. I think as the week plays out, we're going into a weekend there. Sun's like coming up in Ukraine and Russia, so it's another day for them. But for us, I think it's the end of the night.
It is. I don't know, man. I got zapped real quick. I don't know if it's all your volcano talk or
We were underground. We were underground and
I
doing
didn't
all
get
kinds
enough
of crazy stuff.
oxygen, and I was just, I don't know. I used too many of my brain cells. They were already kind of burned out or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a long day. But I hope everybody liked the how did you like the CRV? Did you think it was neat? Or
I did. I kind of like, just, from my perspective, I'm not trained, so I just kind of like my little silly drawings and whatever. So I kind of like that. It's like a dueling RV, but I don't know what I'm doing, but you're CRVing it, or that's what it is, right? CRV?
yeah, I mean, you can go a little bit deeper with the CRV. Like I can go like pretty deep, but I wanted to make sure we covered like a few volcanoes. I didn't want to just do like one and be like, oh, well, this one's a dud. Uh,
Well, here's a question though. With your CRV, is this only for like current things, or could you go back in time?
you can go back in time.
Now that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you go back in time. We got another super chat, Katie.
Thank you, Katie. If you could go back in time, that would be kind of interesting to like looking back at things that, like, I'm kind of thinking like when I was doing that look into the Mr. Hefner and his tunnels and things like that. And, like, just going back to what's going on over there at the mansion. I mean, they did have that outbreak of Legionnaire's disease way back when in the grotto, probably because of all the dirty bird stuff going on. But I mean, just to see what else was going on in other places in the past.
You could do like esoteric. I mean, I like you could consider like us looking at the volcanoes as an esoteric target, because we can't know what's in there, but we could look it up and see if volcanologists know, if geologists know what's going on in there. But like some of the CRV people will go to like other planets and other star systems, and they'll go see other beings and all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't do that because I'm a fiction writer, and it's so easy for me to just make shit up that like I would really second guess it. But one of my husband's coworkers, I got him the book for being like a it's like a guide, like a coach for it, because he's into all this weird stuff. So basically he would sit with me and tell me, like, if I got too focused in on a particular target, like, hey, you got to back out of it, you got to come back a little bit, or you got to zero in a little bit more, go down that hallway, make a left turn, because sometimes you'll get into the zone like we're in right now, where you're kind of flaky and just like and you need like kind of a human guide, not a spirit guide with you. Oh my god, everyone's like chatting away.
Yeah, That's one of those interesting things. I've never had that going. Well, I've never studied it. I've only done like a couple exercises, but it is kind of an interesting thing. And like, I would totally like to check out some things. Of course, then I was thinking about like going to like a cemetery where I wanted to go. Like, okay, so the cemetery in I think it's the Glendale Forest Lawn where Michael Jackson is, and they have that mausoleum that you can't go into where he is unless you know somebody that's there. I don't know, because that was my thing back in the day. I used to go out and take pictures of like celebrity graves and all the cemeteries out here, and I was like, oh, I'd always wanted to go into that great mausoleum. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool. But then I'm like, what am I going to do? People have snuck in there and taken pictures of it. I don't really need to sneak in there. I don't know. My brain's tired. I can't think anymore.
I applied for a job at Hollywood Forever.
Oh, we used to have a yearly party there at night. It was so cool.
Yeah. It was like I made it through like 2 interviews and I was like, I don't know if I could really do this. Like, I don't think I'm that discreet. I was only 27. I was like, I'd be like, oh my God, dead people. There's a dead celebrity. Like, I wouldn't be able to contain myself. So,
because that place was cool because we had one time we had a party and we went, Tyler led us into the Marion Davies Mausoleum.
uh-huh.
And so it's like nighttime unlocking it. Hey, everybody. So we went in there and then we went down like, where Clifton Webb was. And that's supposed to be a haunted little hallway kind of thing. But yeah, it was kind of like a cool, I love that cemetery. It's really cool. It's just, kind of a drive to get to it now. But yeah, that's a cool place to go.
Where was Plandemic 2.0? The volcano in Mexico between the state of Mexico and Puebla have UFOs going in and out of the volcano.
That would be weird. I don't know, because then I thought about like, what is it they say in like Dulce? Is it Dulce, New Mexico? Something where there's like some mountain that's not a mountain and it like has a flap and people, I don't know, aliens were flying into it. I don't know. There's some crazy stuff, man.
We had a lot of chats tonight. Everyone was chit-chatting away. Having a good time. Everyone's having a good Friday.
I hope so.
Chat simmered down. Things got cool again.
I hope so. I hope so. I don't want any more drama. Drama.
No, that's drama-free zone. Well,
I had enough.
Unless we're talking
enough
about
drama today. Anyway, so you about ready to wrap this up?
I am ready to wrap it up. I'm going to go watch The Fifth Element.
Okie dokie. I'll go see if Blue Bloods is on and see if I can get my Tom Selleck fix with minus chompers. I'm not into chompers, but
All right. Well, this was fun. I'm tired. I'm dehydrated and tired. So, Alycia, I will see you later. Everyone have a great weekend. Like, share, and subscribe.
Everybody have a good one. Be safe and, stay away from any unsavory looking 90s celebrities that may come up to you this weekend.
No Corey's.
No Corey Feldman. Just say no. All right, guys. See you later. Bye. Love you.
Good night, everybody.